Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys and gals, I've been playing this game for over 6 years, and I've used all kinds of tools. I've used all kinds of things to help us be better players. And I even have like a whole toolkit of like, here's what I use when it comes to stats, when it comes to best marches, how to do your equipment, all the Daver posts and articles that he does, everything. And I've never seen anything like this. Holy jeez, what are we doing? Stick around because I'm going to show you one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Okay, a lot of people kind of have heard of grumblings about it. I think one of the content creators did a video on it yesterday, and it is insane. I know the guys personally who do this. They've been talking about it, so let's go through it because this will blow your freaking mind. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic there. It's going to blow your mind, and I'll go over all of it right now. Hey everybody, it's your boy War Daddy Chadski, hammering the content. That's what I love to do. And if you enjoy these videos, please throw a thumbs up on it. Give it a like. Helps out the video, helps out the channels. And if you would be so kind, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps out the channel a ton as we continue to grow. Man, ain't nothing stopping us. That's just the way it is. We're going to grow and we're going to hammer this thing. And we are currently in the middle of our July and August video giveaways where I give a $10 flex for every single video. And all you have to do to enter to win is put a comment down in the comments section. So from our previous video that we talked about specific troop types and KVK and how to do that, I pulled this comment from Muhammad. I was just searching about crystal order and what to do because our KVK just started. This is the right video at the right time. Help me buy my advanced treasure bundles. Well, congratulations, Muhammad. You got it, bro. I will give you the $10 flex. Congratulations to you. And if you want to enter to win, and I'll announce the winner of this video in the next video, all you got to do is put a comment down below. I don't care what the comments are. We have had all kinds of comments in my videos lately, and the support has been absolutely insane. Like 99% of the comments fully support. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Throw it down there, and you'll be entered to win because we're still going to do the giveaways. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I do. And so with that, you're seeing some clips from our KVK today. Hard defending the flag. And of course, I've been in this game before many, many times. Defending the flag, going through all that stuff. Okay, so we play this game and we play it to the nth degree. Okay, so let me pull this video down here and I'm going to show you guys something as we're here in KVK. Where's my city, by the way? Right here. We're in KVK fighting this Zone 5, right? And I knew this stuff was coming out because I was talking to my buddies Daver and Dom, who are massively a part of this thing. And of course, you can see them on the War Council podcast. We'll have that podcast this weekend. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hey, I'm getting scouted. Let's go. And so with that being said, I want to talk about the different tools that I do. And then I'm going to tell you about the new tool that's out now. And it is insane. First and foremost, when you go to my Discord, right? I got a channel in there that talks about Chad's tools. And these tools include the RoK Simulator, Report Manager, Pro Kingdoms, my partnership with Horse and those guys and Pro Kingdom, Evergreen and them, and they do a phenomenal job. I've got the RoK Calculator website up there. I got the RoK Equipment Builder with the RoK Hub there. And then, of course, I've got Daver's tools. Okay. And so these are all the different tools that I do and that I've got. Okay. And so, the first one, you guys have seen it, Daver's tools. His toolbox is amazing. I encourage everybody to go, and I'm going to have a link for all of these tools down in the description. I encourage everybody to go help out Daver, buy him a cup of coffee. He puts out some of the best things you're going to see. And so you can see right there in the middle, it says introducing Drastic. I'm going to get into that because it's something crazy that's just been released, okay? And he's had a huge hand in it. But you see all the different posts that he does, and he goes in depth, crazy, when it comes to these things on what to run, how to run it, how does this commander do versus this commander. Look at, you got the war drums update, you know, how many drums do you need, all that stuff, okay? I've also got Pro Kingdoms. Of course, I'm one of the featured creators here. I'm a partner with them and Horse and our guys in Pro Kingdoms. The place I love, Horse is a guy like me. He understands how to run businesses. He runs one of the smartest businesses I've seen. And he literally came to me and said, hey, Chadski, you've always supported me. I've always supported you. Come along with me on this deal. So that's what I'm doing with Pro Kingdoms. Then I also have used Cuba's mic report manager, right? Where I track all my reports and all the things. It helps me do content. It helps me tell you what works, what doesn't work, what equipment works, all that fun stuff. So I've always used Cuba's mic report manager. But wait, something's about to pop that's going to be pretty crazy. Also, Specco Simulator. You guys got that? Simulator's amazing. We all use it all the time. It's a great place to come test some things. It's not perfect, but it gives us a hint. It gives us an idea. It helps us understand things. This is where I found the Attilla Gorgo Garrison back 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago now. This is where I found it. It started doing funny stuff in the simulator. And then, alas, a meta was born. Nobody even realized it. We went and ran it. It was crazy. And so, of course, I've got RoK Simulator. Then I've got the RoK Calculator that I always use to calculate how many speed ups, how many resources it takes when I'm doing NGE training or when I'm doing pre-KVK training or Zenith training. So got that as well. And then lastly, the RoK Hub, where I go put together a lot of different equipment and all that. It's really cool how you're able to use that. So those are all the things that I've been able to bring to the table when it comes to the different tools that I like to use, okay? And there has been something that's been working, and it's been in the works for a while now. And Daver and Dom are so freaking excited about this. And I get with my buddy Grigvar, who has been putting this thing together. And guys, it's insane. Are you ready? It is called RoK Battles, okay? It is called RoK Battles. This is the site. Okay, you can see where I'm logged in. I got an account on here. Doesn't cost anything to have an account. And what you do, this thing is insane. It works with any platform. All you do, and I'll come over here, is you come down here to your desktop app. And when you do, you can download this for Windows, Mac, Steam OS, even Linux, okay? And once you install it, it goes through the directions on how to do it, all right? You start automatically gathering up all the mail that's in your computer that comes from the game. It's crazy. Because when you fight in the game, all right, when you fight in the game, you're going to have all of your reports are going to show up, okay? All of your reports, right? And when they show up, they actually save to your PC or Mac or wherever it is, they save to it. And so this thing, once it's activated, it pulls all that data. The best part about this is that it pulls data from everybody who's got this thing downloaded. Like, they are ramping up so fast, it's crazy at RoK Battles, all right? And what they've done is just incredible because they accumulate everything and put everything together, and the more we feed it, because this is obviously socially driven, the more everybody downloads this thing and starts using it from their PC or their Mac, the better it is. The more detailed it is, the better sample it gives, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what this thing does, okay? Let me show you here. Once I'm all in and I'm all squared away, I can go into my battles, and it gives me my most updated battles. It's just nuts. It's nuts how it does it. And you can go into each battle, and you can see the gear. You can see everything. This is insane. It's insanity. It's absolutely insane, okay? What's that, Attilla Subotai? Was this a swarm march that I did? Oh no, it's a rally that I did. Hey, yo, let's go. What am I running? God bless, this is nuts. It's crazy what this thing could do, but it's even better because not only does it track all this, it tracks my pairings. Attilla David, these are the two different loadouts I've used for Attilla David, and it tells me a whole breakdown of how this thing works out. Holy jeez. What is going on here? Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Attilla David, let's go. All right. What else does it have? Attilla Achilles, my favorite march. Let's go. It's got everything. So you can go to any pairing that you've run, any of them. You can go to any pairing. Chen Shu Wang with Sun Tzu or with Zuge. Here's what I'm running it with. Hey, yo. Hey, oh my God. This is crazy. This is nuts. My loot, I don't even know what this is. 10 gen. Oh gosh. This is from my barbarian chaining and all this stuff that I do. Unbelievable. My resources, all my different resources that I've got. Incredible. And so from there, I was looking at this and I started talking to Grigvar about this. Okay. Stu actually got me turned on to it. Stu's another content creator. He's like, hey, have you seen this RoK Battles thing? And I'm like, is that the stuff that Dom and Daver keep talking about? He's like, yeah, bro, it's insane. It's insanity. And so I go to it, and you don't even have to have this thing running for you. You don't even have to have this My Data section. You can just come over here, because one of the best things about this is that it has something called the Combat Lab. Okay, this is incredible. This is based on all the reports and all the things that they have seen, okay, from everybody who's using RoK Battles. And you have it's called a drastic breakdown. That goes back to what Daver posted about his deal. Hold on, let me go back to that. Where was that? Daver's deal? He posted about it in his toolbox, introducing drastic. Okay, Daver is super involved in this. And of course, you got the credits down here with all the people involved. It's nuts. But what this does is based on all the data that's been collected, all the data, it takes whatever pairing you want, okay? We'll go with Chen and Zuge, right? And it gives a drastic score. It bases it on damage. It bases it on your assist and support. It bases it on trade efficiency. It bases it on rage skill cycle efficiency. Of course, rage skill cycle is crazy for any kind of Chen march. Sustainability. Chen's crazy with sustainability. And it gives it an overall score. Now, Grigvar and Daver are constantly updating this and tweaking this when it comes to the weighted score. But this data doesn't change, y'all. What this thing has done, it does not change. Just absolutely nuts what this thing has done. And so I start going through it and I'm like, Grigvar, bro, how does this thing work? And he's like showing me and he's like, Chadski, you can do that. And I'm just like, dude, this is crazy. And then of course I start looking up at my marches and how they're doing. And it's nuts, dude. It is absolutely nuts what the Combat Labs does for it. Okay. And so with that, I was like, hey, I'm seeing some things in here, and you have an average trade percentage, and then you have a weighted trade percentage. What does that mean? And Grigvar was great. He said, listen, your average trade percentage is taking all the trades. You take all your trades in here. Okay, here are some from Attilla and Achilles, all right? But you take any trade you want in here, and whatever the kill point difference is, gives you a percentage, right? Which makes sense. We always knew that. We used to have a percentage on the actual reports that we got, but it takes all these. Now, what it does, it takes each different report individually, and then it averages it out. So it averages base per report. It doesn't average it accumulatively. And so with that, all right, you get the average trade percentage. Cool. And I'm like, well, what is this over here? The weighted trade percentage? Like, what is that? And he went through it and kind of helped me understand it. And honestly, he was just like, Chadski, it's really simple. This is the accumulation of all the kill points for and against. Okay, it's your total kill points you gain divided by the total kill points you lost. And so it's not based on the average trade percentage, because that's based on the medium or the median of all the reports. It's based on what the actual number is of total kills and total opponents' kills right here. It's what this is and what this is. And I was like, cool. Okay, so if Chen Zuge across all spectrums, you're saying it trades about even when it comes to total kill points and opponents' kill points. Now, this is between all, I mean, there must be thousands now of people who are loading this stuff in. And I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. What about like Chen YSG? How does that one do? And it trades a little bit. It actually trades a lot better on the weighted trade percentage. And you can see here, it just total kill points, 50 billion. Now, this number is going to continue to go up as more and more people use this. And the number of the opponent kill points over here is going to continue to go up as more and more people download the app and actually have it running on their computers. But that was crazy. I was like, weighted trade percentage, that's nuts. And then you look at some of the different things in here and you can find out all kinds of things. You can find out the sustain, average battle duration, average trade percentage. That's all the different trades and the median of that. Okay, then the weighted trade percentage. Just crazy how this thing works. And I am so enamored with it. So I asked my buddy Grigvar, I was like, hey, all these different pairings, do you have a system set up that like ranks the pairings? And he said, Chadski, we are working on that, but I'll send something to you, okay? And he sent me this thing right here. Hey, yo, let's go. He sent me this thing right here, all right? And what I want everybody to understand when they see this is that this shows the overall score. Now, when you come into RoK Battles, you have a score based on how the March does by the drastic breakdown. Okay, that's Daver and Grigvar, and they're doing all that stuff along with the help of all the other people involved. But he put this thing together and he actually ranked it. Chin YSG overall score 8.18. Okay, now that's weighted. You get it's based 1 out of 10, right? The damage, the rage, the assist when it comes to the buffing and debuffing, sustain, the trade, obviously, the consistency. That March is top notch, right? Then it's like you got all 3 chin marches up here at the top, right? And so from there, with all 3 of these chin marches producing so high, I kept thinking to myself, well, what about the average trade? And he's like, Chadski, the average trade, you can just organize that. So here is the average trade, and I'm going to put that in, let's see, light red here. And I'm going to sort this, and there it is. Chin's at the top on your average trade. You got some in here with Arthur Pendragon, Arthur and Gang. But if you notice something in here, the consistency is way down. Okay, that means that they haven't had less of a sample, so that could be skewed a little bit. Then they got Arthur and Hector. It's got a little bit more consistency, and it does pretty well when it comes to these trades. And then there's all your Sun Tzus. And look at Ivar here. Now, I ran Ivar on my second account. You guys saw it in my live stream back on Saturday in 2359. And I thought it did pretty good, but it wasn't like something crazy. And actually, I've gotten better trades out of my Luce. It's crazy. But Ivar is cooking. Now, the more samples we get and the more people that will take this and go download it and start using it, it'll get really, really detailed, and the consistency will really start to ramp up for everything. But I'm looking at this with Arthur and Achilles, okay? Chin and Zuge's down here. Of course, you got Chajar. That's based on those altar fights. We see those crazy, insane trades that are just out of control. They are out of control. Okay, and then you start seeing some Achilles with Versi, BQ with Versi. We know that those work pretty good. And then I start seeing my boy here. And then I noticed something in here, and you guys haven't seen it yet, but I noticed something in here that's absolutely incredible. Okay, Atilla Achilles. Wait a minute. What kind of score did Atilla Achilles have? And he comes down here, and I look at this. Let's come down to the score. That's how we're gonna do this. I'll take this off. But the Atilla Achilles, where is that thing? It's right here, in 12th place, and it gets a score of 6.41. Damage 10 out of 10. Crazy damage. Rage not so crazy. Attila's not really a rage engine. The assist, not great. Atilla does a little bit of debuffing, and of course you've got the Palean Spear doing stacks from Achilles. And then Attila's debuffing actually comes when he's, I think, doing a rally. And so there's not really a whole lot of assist here. Sustainability is 0, okay? If Atilla wasn't a freaking bowling ball of butcher knives, he would be a glass cannon, right? The only reason why he works is because if you touch him, he's going to hurt you. That's why it works. But his sustain overall isn't necessarily amazing. But look at this. His trade is 10 out of 10. And it's got a high consistency. It's been run a lot. Well, his trade's 10 out of 10, then what's his trade? Well, I come over here to the average trade, right? And on the average trade, It's showing pretty high at 227%. Then I go cross-reference this over here. Hold on. I go cross-reference this over here, and let me just put it in here in the combat lab, where let me go to Attilla, and let me go to Achilles, and this is what I got here that reflects all of those numbers. But then I look down here, and I'm like, what the hell is this? The actual weighted trade percentage, not just the average trade percentage, not just the average of all the trades out there, but the weighted trade percentage. That's what I want to know, because I see this amount of kill points and I see this amount of opponents' kill points, and that's insane. Absolutely insane. And Grigvar was like, yeah, just sorted by the weighted trade. And I was like, okay, where is he? Hey, yo, look at this. I've been telling you, y'all. I've been telling you. Based on the weighted trade average, what really matters when it comes to trading. Your boy Attilla and Achilles, I've been saying it's the perfect March. It's like the greatest March. Damage, kickback damage, March speed, all the things it does. And I feel so justified. And I have said this over and over and over. Now, granted, I love this tool and I love everything it does, but I've said this over and over and over. You take any amount of, let me just show you something. You take any amount of inscriptions, wherever they might be. I don't even care where they are. Okay. Just take any inscriptions that you might have. All right. And let's just say it's something like this right here. And I don't even care what it is, but let's just say it's this. You got 2 specials, you got a couple of rares. It's really good set, really good set. If you take these special inscriptions and rares, or if you take some of your best inscriptions on your account and you just do it, you just say, hell, I'm going to do it. And you convert it to Arch and you run Attilla with Achilles, it will be your best March. It will be your best March. And people laugh at me for that. Like, Chin's out there. I was like, I get it, man. And I love Chin. And I run the hell out of Chin. But if you actually give it a chance, don't run it with Delta, okay? You go Arch with Attilla and Achilles, it will be your best March. You take your best set or close to your best set of inscriptions, and if you have the means to convert those to Arch, I'm telling you, boys, it's the way it's always been. Hold on. I just took a screenshot of my most recent report manager, and let me come over here on my report manager. Look, it's at the top. This is just today's fighting. It's at the top. It's always done this. Ever since Achilles has come in the game, I've shown you guys this. And not only does it show it for me, but it also shows it for the entire community. The weighted average of trade, Attilla Achilles. And it's like not even close. Look at this. You think you do well with Chin YSG? Take the same armaments and the same gear equivalent, put it on Attilla Arch with the Arch formation, run Achilles with them, and it'll be your best March. Trade-wise, weighted trade-wise, that's what I'm trying to say. Now, the overall score, I think, is what we need to do. Also, you'll notice in here, I took all the siege out. Get the hell out of here. I took it all out. So Grigvar, sorry about that. He let me make a copy of his spreadsheet. They're going to have more platforms for this on the actual RoK Battles website here. They're going to basically put this kind of information to where you can rank marches. You can see all this stuff. But I can't believe what they've done. So here's what I've done, okay? I have put a link down in the description for the website. All right, how easy it is to download it. I also put a link down to help support those guys. It's free. All this is free. So you can go donate to it. There's a link down there for that. And I want guys, if you listen to nothing I say, go get this. If you're playing on PC, if you're playing on Mac, go get this. Go to the desktop app, choose what you're playing with, download it, and all you got to do is hit the auto button when it says, do you want the app to look for those reports in your mail cache? And yes, absolutely. I want everybody using this. I want to load them up with more data. We're going to blow this thing up. Everybody needs to go use this, okay? And I will scream it to the rooftops. Now, back before I was in the creator program, I couldn't necessarily do this where I could talk about a functionality or some kind of platform like this. But now, shit, gloves are off, y'all. Like, let's go. Let's help the community out. This is insane. It's sanity, I tell you. And I get so excited about the fact that Attilla Achilles beats everybody in your weighted trade percentage. Hey, yo, best march in the game. Kidding, but totally not kidding. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the support always. Don't forget to comment down below. Tell me what you think about this. You can hit that like button. Helps out the channel. Helps out the videos. And if you comment down below, you're entered to win that $10 flex I'll give away in the next video. And with all that being said, y'all have a great day, broskies.